Welcome everyone, this is Sierra Game Scott coming back to you with the next edition of Let's Play Space Quest 4. Alright, so just a couple milestones we've reached here at the Sierra Game Scott channel. I have passed 100 subscribers, thanks to all of you who have dutifully subscribed. Also, about a 1-year anniversary of being on YouTube, creating these Let's Plays. I know I had a couple large breaks in between some of these videos, but it's been fun being here for a year, and hopefully we can hang around and do some more LPs. Anyway, with that out of the way, what are we going to do next? I pretty much showed you the entire mall, except, well, we actually did go to Skaterama. We didn't do anything there yet. There's not too much to do there yet. What we are going to do, however, is try to progress the plot finally, and I hopefully get out of the mall this time. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Space Quest 4 hint book that we purchased. Oh, probably used a hand on it. We're going to use the Space Quest 4 hint book, and now this is kind of tricky as I remember, so I may have to skip it for your purposes, for time purposes, and explain it to you afterwards. But essentially, what you have to do is just you have to go to page 4, I think, if I recall correctly. Previous page 4, okay. I'm in the stupid time pod. Where else can I go? That might be it. Oh, do I have to do this? Where do you think? Someplace that the sun don't shine. There we go. Oh great, only half the answer showed. It must be a defective hint module. Alright, yeah, so this is actually, the reason why it's hard is because you have to pretty much go through all this thing and use the little hint thing, and there's some jokes in there and the like. I don't want to go through it just so we don't take up too much of your time just looking at it. If you have the game, I guess maybe I'll take a look at some of the stuff offline, and if anything's pretty humorous, I'll in another video or in a special video or something tell you about what or show you it at least, and maybe you can get a chuckle out of it. But for the time being, we're just going to stick to this part. So pretty much what you have to do is this is the question. We're stuck, and you kind of are stuck in the mall if you don't know what to do, if you don't know how to use this hint book. And what you need to do is get this code, or half this code, in order to progress to the next part of the game, or where the Time Ripper is. We're probably using the Time Ripper. Now, let's see if I can get out of here. No, exit. Oh, that makes sense. Good. Okay. And so, so now that doesn't really solve the problem supposedly, but it helps us get to the next stage, and I think it actually triggers the event that's going to allow us to actually move along with the game. Now, as you recall, there's only half of the code in there, but we also have another thing that has half of a code, maybe. If I can look at that. These symbols look fairly, oh, so I have to, well, that's not helpful. Alright, that's not great for my eyes, because I can barely see that. What I'm doing is I'm writing these codes down just to make life somewhat easier. And so I wrote down the first part. So as you can see, the gums over the first part here, that's what's in the hint book, and then here obviously has the code, which they don't make easy for you, especially if you're playing in a smaller than usual screen, which I have to do in order to record this using Cam Studio. Okay, so let's save the game, and I think we can actually start getting our moseying our way out of here. I don't know if there's, I think there's actually one more scene we have to deal with when we what number are we on? I can't remember. Let's call it 30, since I don't think we're there yet. Okay, so now we have to go find a Time Ripper. That we have the machine, we have the code. We need a Time Ripper, and there is no Time Ripper at the mall. And recall, if you leave, for some reason, there is one of Valhall's thugs or cyborgs out there who will take you out. So we need to find another exit, or another way to find Time Ripper. And the Time Ripper, as you may recall, at one point I told you that there was a platform that would be used in the arcade. Well, that's where we're going to head to now. And so, here we are at the arcade, and hopefully it will trigger the event that we need, getting that code. Supposedly. Oh, yeah, here it is. Alright, so hopefully these guys don't see us and kill us right away. Alright, that guy just is heading off. Alright, so this guy's coming around. I think we just have to escape here. And we're going to try to do this without getting killed, which is always a interesting adventure. Alright. Now, I don't think you can actually leave the mall. Yeah. Or you can't go back after the main entrance. I think you get killed automatically if you do that, if I recall correctly. Maybe you can. We're not going to try it. What we are going to do, alright, so I was off a little bit. We were up to 28. We're going to call this 31. There'll be some lost numbers in there. And they do close up some of the stores, so I guess you can't escape to them. Or it helps you decide where you have to go, since you've already been there. I wonder why they don't close Monolith Burger. I guess they just have the pig tell you that he won't hire you anymore. And the real thing is to go down here. Okay. Now I guess, oops, alright, so he's coming for us. As you can see, he's shooting, and you have to go up. Come on. Come on, Roger. You're gonna die, Roger. There you go. Sometimes you have to use the keyboard when you get kind of stuck up in this title bar here. Alright. Ah, shoot. Hitting a moving target is more difficult than hitting a stationary lump, which is your hint to move around a little bit more, so we'll try to do that. It is kind of hard, unfortunately. So hopefully this isn't something that my limited arcade abilities will force me to pause the game on, like some of the other adventures we've had. Oh, good. And we can do this all on screen. Okay. Oh, man. So, quiz question 1052. When being shot at by a crazed sequel police cyborg, a space hero should A. Wait patiently until they get lucky. Yell, "Hey, I'm over here." Gently stroke your bunny. D. Get your sorry self out of here. I'm gonna go with D. Well, maybe. It's worth a try. Alright, so we weren't quite as fortunate there. You gotta be a little more quick. I won't waste too much of your time trying this. Hopefully, it shouldn't be too terrible. I just wasn't really ready for the guy. Maybe if we turn the speed down a little too. Alright, let's see if that helps. I think you have to wait for him to start firing. Oh, shoot. That's gonna be bad, isn't it? And as you can see, if you collide with the skaters, they spin you around. Alright. Okay, get the heck out of here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, shoot. This isn't good. Alright, let's see if I can pull this off. This is actually what I was talking about earlier, is one of the hardest portions of the game. Trying to get away from those crazy guys. If you do it the wrong way, I think if you don't go up, you automatically die. So, well, it's kind of pathetic. At least I'm in somewhat good company. That's just a very for being a very difficult puzzle. It didn't seem too bad. Then again, we're not done with things quite yet. So. And if anything does go wrong, you know what happened. I'll just skip everything so we don't have to deal with any of that garbage again. In fact, it does seem like it's a good idea to save. Hopefully none of these guys are around. You think one of the guys would guard the Time Ripper, but... Alright, let's save this. Alright, we'll save it as 32. Alright, get into the Time Ripper, and hopefully our special code will work. That I wrote down. That's kind of cool, you can see the arcade through the visor. Okay, so the first thing is the By the way, I'm going to go a little long on this video, like with the last one. There we go. That's the first one. The middle one. This guy. Alright. This thing. Yep. This guy. Yep. And the T-looking thing should be what we want. The powerful quad quark drive revs the time space bender fibrillations real with hyperbole, and finally, yes, it worked. Alright, excellent, very good. Well, that is the Latex Babes of Estros, and as you can see, we have completed Space Quest 10. Maybe we'll see a little bit more later on. But look at the top. If you can tell, it says Space Quest 1, the Sarian Encounter. And if you recall, that is, of course, the first game, obviously Space Quest 1, of the Space Quest series. So let's save this game. And we will leave Space Quest 1 for the next video, I think. As you can see, though, out of the cockpit window, it does look like the graphics have also a bit of a retro feel to them as well. But we'll have to learn more about that in our next edition of Let's Play Space Quest 4. This is CR Games Scott. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye.